Going to the washroom, especially had a long call, the first 2 weeks, it's very hard. The first 2 weeks, you cannot even shower by yourself because of the pain. At least where I did mine, they were showering me for 2 weeks straight. Helping me. It's very painful. You cannot stay without wearing a compression garment. Even right now, I'm in my compression garment, at least 800,000 Kenyan shillings, or at most 1 million, because the surgery itself is 690,000. But after the surgery, remember, there are things like post care, you'll need medicine, the drives to go for checkups. When you total all that, it will be at least 800,000. If I sat the first week, my butt could have returned to the same size it was. Nothing will be funny as in at one side is bigger, nothing like that. It does not happen. And BBL is Brazilian butt lift. Liposuction is removal of fats from one part of the body to another. Don't get me wrong, I loved the way I was looking way before. I just did it to enhance the beauty. So that is one thing that made me do it.
Hello, nice people. Welcome back to my channel. Of course, it's your girl, Vicky Vikina. And today I have an amazing guest. Probably most of you have seen her on social media platforms, TikTok, talking about YouTube. Right now on what is trending, it's Kenyans or Kenyan ladies doing BBL and plastic surgery. So leo nimepatana na huyu mrembo, bado hajapona. That's why tumesimama. So I'm here atuambie what is the procedure, and what is the advantages of doing this, and also the dark side of BBL. But before that, let the guest introduce herself. Hi, Grace.
Hi, Vicky.
How are you?
I'm well. How are
Good to
you?
see you.
Thank you.
Long time. Najua tulisoma primary wote. It's when we are meeting.
Yes, yeah. So she's my very good friend from primary.
Yeah.
See, God, this is good.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Kindly introduce yourself. Ona nakuita Grace, nata that's not your name on on social media.
Okay, so my name is Grace Omutsani, but most of you know me as Miss Omut, and I'm into Airbnb business and also content creating, and we will be talking about the BBL.
Wow, great. You've mentioned that you're into Airbnb business. By the way, you really inspire a lot of young girls out there. Hadi wanaulizanga Miss Omut anapata wapi pesa?
Eh? So yeah, guys, I'm a very big business lady. I started working at a very young age, and that's what I'm doing right now, business. But professionally, I'm a lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lawyer, does it mean that ulisare kutafuta kazi or what happened?
I tried, but when I tried being my own boss, I chose to be on that side. So right now I concentrate into real estate and my other businesses, as you've seen on all over my platforms.
Wow.
Yeah.
So being a lawyer ni karatasi tu.
At the moment ni karatasi, but never say never. Maybe one day I'll use it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Grace. Grace, let us get to what has been happening, what has been trending. And so far, so good, as we are talking, you've done liposuction and BBL, right?
Yeah.
And what I would ask, what inspired you to do this?
Okay, so I've done liposuction and BBL. BBL is Brazilian butt lift. Liposuction is removal of fats from one part of the body to another. Don't get me wrong, I loved the way I was looking way before. I just did it to enhance the beauty. So that is one thing that made me do it. Also, another thing is there are some clothes which I felt like they will fit me better if I looked a certain way. And another thing is I just love extraordinary things. People are doing this. Why not? So, yeah.
You're talking about people are doing this. In Kenya, actually, there are less celebrities who have done this. You've seen the likes of Vera, Rispa Faith. I don't know if Amber has done that. Many celebrities, but si wengi sana. So, most people are doing it outside the country. Ata Vera Sidika, she did it outside the country. So, why did you think of choosing doing here in Kenya?
Funny enough, guys, and another reason why I've been filming is a lot of our ladies, or rather ladies in the world here in Kenya, they do this, but they don't show. So, yeah, I think the reason I consider doing it in Kenya is I've seen people doing it. I have friends who have done it here in Kenya, and they are looking good. They're well. Their health is perfect. And that's why I chose Kenya, number one, because of also it was a bit what should I say, affordable compared to other places, and it's cheap, because why travel and the same can be delivered here.
Talking about it's cheap, How much did it cost? I am Miss Omut to look this pretty, yani flat tummy and also big bunda.
Okay, so before even that, you guys, I'm not yet fully recovered. I'm just 5 weeks post-up. So whatever you're seeing here is not the final product. Every month there'll be changes. Every procedure itself, the time I did was 690,000 Kenyan shillings. But I usually tell my people just have at least 800,000 Kenyan shillings or at most 1 million, because the surgery itself is 690,000. But after the surgery, remember, there are things like post care, you'll need medicine,
Yeah.
the drives to go for checkups. When you total almost 100,000, 1 million.
Unajua, somebody can really ask like 1 million, what does it entail? Maybe tell us what does that entail?
Okay, so the 690,000 Kenya shillings, or rather 800,000 Kenya shillings, or the 1 million,
Yeah.
that is the surgery itself, the liposuction and the Brazilian butt lift, where they remove the fat, they put to another place. It also includes the medicine you're given. Then after the massages, there are things like post care. The massages, you'll have to give them, and small medicine if you get sick. So it all contains that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the process involves removing fat from your belly to your bunda.
Yeah, so they did 360 degrees lipo. By that, I mean they removed the fat from my stomach, my tummy, that is, and also they removed from the back, and then they transfer it to the ass, which is called the Brazilian butt lift.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now I get it.
so it is liposuction plus Brazilian butt lift. I did two procedures at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
How was it now, the fact that you have decided, you know what, I'm gonna do different things, change my body in a different way? How was it for you?
I'll say it's a good thing because it's something that I wanted, and I'm happy with whatever I got. I'm satisfied with the results. So I'll say generally it's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And talking about sharing your experience on social media, what motivated you to share your experience? Because people are like, oh my God, probably she's showing too much, nini nini. What inspired you to show your journey?
The thing that inspired me to show my journey is I wanted you guys, my people all over my platform at I am Miss Omut, to get aware. Like, it's awareness I was creating, because you might think someone just comes out from the surgery room and they're looking perfect, but that's not the case. That's why I've been showing you all the journey, the raw and cut videos, the dark side of it, so that you guys get to know that, and the awareness in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pengine, was before you doing the surgery, was there a point that you felt like, you know what, I'm not doing this at all?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, because
Yeah.
before I did this surgery, I had done like 3 months of my research before
Okay.
doing it.
Yeah.
So that day that I was going to the theater, my surgery day, I was so anxious, I was so nervous, I was crying. I felt like canceling this procedure because, number one, this is a cosmetic surgery. No one has sent you there. This is your own decision. If anything goes wrong, that's up to you. You can imagine in your tandika kwa your urology. Is it called urology?
Yes.
You can imagine all that. Then another thing that made me very anxious is this is my first time going to theater. I've never been to any surgery. Minor surgery, I've never done it.
Yes.
So I felt like canceling everything, but at the same time, you're like, let's look at the end results, and you just decide to go on with it. Yeah, but it was I felt like canceling.
Yeah, because you know, you felt like canceling. You know, this is a procedure that might involve life and also death.
Yeah.
Does it mean there's a consent form that you sign that in case anything happens to you, then it's up to you?
Yeah, so the good thing with where I did my surgery is I think like any other surgery, we signed the consent agreement. They've explained everything, the risks. Anything can happen during the surgery. You're well aware of the advantages and disadvantages of this surgery.
Yeah.
So I signed everything, and after signing, you meet with your surgeon before even the operation day.
Yeah.
So I met with my surgeon like I think it was 3 days or 2 days before the surgery. He takes a good look of your body.
Yeah.
They show everything, like he'll tell you this is what will happen, this is what will happen. So I knew everything, as they told me this is what is going to happen. Your body is like this, is like this will be the results. Don't have this expectation and every that. And also signing, we all know of the risk before going into that theater.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, are there limitations that will limit somebody from doing this kind of cosmetic surgery?
Yes, absolutely. Unfortunately, not everyone can do this type of surgery, because before this surgery, they need to do your blood tests. If you have low blood count, platelets, red blood cells, white blood cells, and they don't match to what they want, they will cancel you off. Another thing, if your skin is, though in rare cases, if there's some skin which doesn't stretch, I'm not a doctor, I'm a lawyer, so I don't know how to explain that much, but scientifically, there's some skins, they do their tests. And that brings me to a point of, if you ever go to do this kind of surgery and that facility does not offer prior services of telling you about your health, don't go in that place. So they check everything. Then they also do ultrasounds. They have to scan like your body. If you have any blood clots, all that, they make sure all the organs are perfect. Yes. So for me, I did all that before the surgery.
Is there age limit of doing this?
Unfortunately, there is no, but they tell you of the risks. Like my surgeon told me, this surgery is good for people who are young. Don't do it when you are older, because anything can happen. Your health, maybe your body won't take it. Something can just happen. But at least they told me, you are young, perfect, you're good to go. They warned me, they told me all things that are needed.
But then, Miss Omut, there's this theory that says if you do liposuction, sijua utaweza kuzaa nini. So is it true?
No, it's not true. I have friends who have given birth after liposuction. I don't want to mention names, and you guys also know some of them, but number one, they just remove fats from underneath your skin. They're not digging down there or anything. And this surgery they do when you're half awake. For me, they did when I'm half awake. I think others you can sleep, but for me, it was when I'm half awake. It's a minor surgery, the liposuction. They just suck the fats underneath the skin, and you heal. Like it will not affect you. It won't affect. If I want to get pregnant today, actually I can. Actually, I can. They just remove the fat cells and the fats. Now the advantage is the fats will never grow back. The tummy will always remain slim like this. Even after giving birth, you just need to tie it well. In a month, you bounce back.
Wow. How has the healing process been? Because as you're talking right now, you can't sit. How has the healing process been for you?
The healing process is not easy. It's hard, very, very hard. And that's why I show everything, guys. It's very hard, and people don't say this. You imagine not being able to sit. We really take sitting for granted, but it's one of the major things we should really appreciate. Going to the washroom, especially had a long call, the first 2 weeks, it's very hard. The first 2 weeks, you cannot even shower by yourself because of the pain. At least where I did mine, they were showering me for 2 weeks straight, helping me to go to the washroom and all that. Then the liposuction here at the front, at the tummy and at the back, it's very painful. Actually, even if you Google, it's among the most painful surgeries for recovery. It's easy to do, that's one thing, but the recovery process, it's very painful. You cannot stay without wearing a compression garment. Even right now, I'm in my compression garment. I'm 5 weeks post, but I cannot live without it, because immediately I remove it, I feel like my skin is, like the skin where the fat was removed is contracting and expanding. So it's very, very painful. And that's why the first 2 weeks, they give you very strong painkillers.
What, a normal Kenyan, Miss Omut, would ask, so mbona, why do all this? You can't sit for 6 weeks. You can't, you have to wear those faha or something. Why do this? And yet, wengine actually ndio na comment section wakisema si ujikubali tu venye uko.
Okay, so one thing about me, I love extraordinary things. And if people are doing, like, why can't I do it? It's there. Iliumbiwa nani? Like I can do it, and I wanted to feel a certain way to enhance whatever I was having, the curves and all that things. That's one of the main reasons that drove me to do it. And yes, I know I could have gone through the gym and kujikubali venye niko, but why the hassle? I can get my dream body in 2 hours instead of getting it in 5 years. Actually, the gym was really destroying me. It was giving me muscles. No, I want to look like, I don't want muscles. I want to look like a lady. That's why I decided to go for the surgery. And these are like forever results. At least for 10 years, at least.
At least for 10 years.
Yeah.
But I know we've seen some of the public figures going for this, but their body in a already back to where it was.
That's why you need to go to you need to do your research before doing this type of surgery.
Yeah.
Ask them what are they doing. Like for me, they gave me reports after my surgery.
Mm.
They told me we've removed this amount of fat, we've injected this amount of fat.
Yeah.
Chances are high this is the amount of fat that will remain.
Mm.
Practice this, do this, because the recovery journey is what will determine how you look. If you mess up during your recovery journey, that's it.
Yeah.
For example, if I sat the first week, my butt could have returned to the same size it was. Nothing will be funny as in at one side is bigger, nothing like that. It does not happen with this. It will just return to how it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. And now coming to the dark side of BBL. I mean, it's so sad that the country right now, Kenya, tunaona a lady has died after undergoing the process that it's almost similar to what you are doing. So what's the dark side of this BBL that Kenyans or the world doesn't know?
Okay, so if you even Google about Brazilian butt lifter, long ago it used to be like one of the riskiest surgery. I think it still is top 10. And that's why before doing BBL, specifically BBL, and BBL cannot be done without liposuction, please research. Make sure, and this is why I usually say this on my channel also. Ask the doctors, where are they injecting the fats? Is it above the muscles or below the muscles? Because death mostly are caused when they inject the fats too deep. They go to the veins, they go to the arteries, then you die, which is called fat embolism.
Yeah.
That's like among the risks. Before I even continue, may the lady who has passed away, may she rest in peace. It is so sad. And what else?
Now, the dark side of BBL again.
The dark side is it's very painful. People don't show that the recovery journey.
Yeah.
It's very depressing for 6 weeks. Imagine.
Yes.
At least mine after 5 weeks. I'm right now I can sit, but not for long hours. It's if you don't have someone to take care of you, you can run mad. Yeah, because imagine you're not like you don't use the washroom well. Not every time you'll stay in the hospital.
Yes.
You're at home.
Yeah.
So imagine all that. Then another thing people don't say is immediately when you wake up from the surgery. So another thing with liposuction, before they start removing the fats, remember the fats are in solid form. So they pump some fluids in you, the liposuction. Guys, I don't know much about it because obviously I'm not into medicine, but at least what I know is they pump some fluids inside your body, which will go and melt the fat so that they lipo it. Yes. Yeah. So immediately you wake up from that bed. Like for me, that was numbness was obviously immediately. Then after 4 hours after the surgery, I started feeling my legs. Yes. So you need to wake up immediately and start walking. So you're waking up from the bed. You have fluids. They're called lymphatic fluids, if I'm not wrong. That fluid I was talking about.
The ones that leak.
The leak, yes. Because remember, you have holes, 1, 2, like you have a lot of holes at the front, at the back. Yeah. So they're all draining. Okay. And it drains in which color? Red, because obviously it's with blood, a little bit of it. Yeah. So when you wake up immediately from the surgery, you can even faint. Like for me, I fell a bit because of dizziness, and you're losing these fluids for like 1 week straight. So you need to be taking a lot of fluids. That's one thing people don't show, but as you guys have seen that. So that's like one of the major dark side. And they have to massage you for those fluids to come out, because if they don't, you get fibrosis, you get seromas. And if you do, they have to like still inject you the way I was showing also in my channel. They inject you, they pull them out. They have to, because you cannot stay with them. Yeah, but the last few days they reabsorb back into the skin. The massages, they're a bit painful, but lucky for me, I was being given very strong painkillers. That's another dark side of it. Another thing is not being able to sleep. You're always lying on your stomach, you can imagine. That is your way of sleeping. There's no other option. You have to sleep on your stomach. Yeah, that's another dark side they don't show.
And you've talked about the liquids zenye zinatoka, yeah? From the case yenye tumeona pale online, the lady I think was saying some of the feces were zinatoka. Is that normal, or it's not supposed to be happening like that?
According to what I know, according to my friends who have done this with me and the people I know, we've never heard of such a case. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but at least for me, there was nothing like that. Just the fluids.
The fluids.
Yeah, and they're just. It's not even deep in the body. They just pump. Like it's not supposed to be like
Yes.
that. It's I've never heard of such a case. Even if you Google, I've never. So that was unique. Yeah.
Would you encourage your fellow lady kukaa hivi? Kwanza nataka cameraman akuje, Grace atuchapie 360 kidogo before atuambie would she encourage anyone to do this?
Do a swatch.
Yes.
But remember, this is not the final outcome, guys. This is just 5 months.
5 months.
Yeah, 5 months. It will definitely get better. Before the surgery, my waist was 32. After, right now, we are there 26, 27. 27, wow. Yes, and it will get even better because I'm still healing, so maybe we'll reach even 25, 24. Wow. And yes, also the hips and the butt, they are still healing. They will look much better after 3 months. Wow. So that will be like the final, the final. Look, yeah. And yes, I can advise someone to do this kind of surgery. That's if you're doing it for yourself. Yeah. Do it for yourself to make yourself happy. Don't do it for anyone, because that's where depression comes. Everything comes, like you can even die due to like trauma because you're doing it for someone else. Yeah. Just do it for yourself, and if it will make you happy, just go for it. For sure. If you can afford it, why not? Do it.
And of course, you've joined the limelight. I mean, you're doing so well on your social media platform, TikTok, especially YouTube, where you're showing your journey. How is it for you, and how do you deal with people who love you and also haters on these platforms? How do you deal with them?
Okay, so number one, even before I went viral on YouTube, I've been doing this for a very long time. Yeah. So I'm used to it. Even growing up, I'm used to people having their opinion and all that. But one good thing with me is I focus on that one good comment. Because if there's 9 negative comments, but one positive comment of someone saying, at least I've learned something, you encourage me, you inspire me, that I'll concentrate on that only. Yeah. So that's how I deal with it. But lucky for me, a lot of people are supporting me.
For sure.
Yeah, and people are like very eager to see the journey and just want to know everything about it. Wow. Yeah.
So are you going to give your fans more of these videos until the day? Actually, most of the fans are waiting the day Miss Omut atakachi. Will we see more of this video?
Yes. Actually, we have started sitting down. That will be our next video on 6th October. Right now we're on 4th. Yeah. I'm showing a little bit of it. But remember, guys, the journey is even up to 1 year. And the good thing is my life will get back to normal. So I'll continue showing the progress. If anything happens, I'll show you. And vlogging about my businesses and my lifestyle, everything in general. Actually, it's going to become even more fun because we will be getting out of the house. Oh, wow. Yeah, because when I was filming the videos you guys are seeing, we are just inside the house and doing the normal activities. Yeah. So imagine when I'm healed, I'll have more content.
Yes. Yeah. And by the way, before I forget, somebody was asking, they've seen you go for those massages. Is that part of the money that you paid in hospital, or massages ni pesa different kind of?
Yeah, so lucky for me, this place, when I paid the full amount, they were providing 10 massages included in that amount. Yeah. That is the minimum amount of massages you should get. But with me, when I was doing the massages, I felt like they were giving me like relief. I felt so nice after the massages. Yeah. So I'm still doing them daily, but on a different price.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And of course, being a business lady, you really encourage a lot of young girls, including me, Hapa. Talking about Airbnb business that you've been doing for a very long time, I know you have classes that you offer, but now what inspired you to join, the Airbnb business?
The real estate. Yes. Yeah, so guys, I do Airbnb consultancy at a small fee. You can check that out. So what inspired me with real estate, especially with Airbnbs, growing up in our family, I think we are all into real estate, and I didn't know it will get me by luck. I didn't plan to start Airbnbs, but my story is very interesting. I started with the house which I was staying in. It was just like a joke. A client came, booked for like a month. I had to look for somewhere to live. Yeah. So I moved in an empty house. I got another client. I gave them the house I'd moved in because I've already finished. I moved to another one. Yeah. And that's how I picked up with this business. Wow. I got all the challenges. I came to learn about everything in it. It was hard, but right now I know everything about it. Yeah, and that's why I do the classes.
Kabisa. Yeah. And also being a content creator, I've now joined the big celebrity world. Pengine, are there celebrities that you're looking up to, that you're watching here in Kenya?
Yeah.
For
But
example.
I'm yet to get there, and I'm glad you guys are giving me that platform and you're watching my content.
Yeah.
I love Race Parfait. I love
Demure.
msichana mluya kama mimi. Msichana mluya kama mimi ukimpata mwambie huyu dem anakwado sana. I really
Yeah.
love Race Parfait, the way she's raw and everything, the
Yeah.
way she shows her journey and everything, and I would really love to even meet her.
Yeah.
Another person I love is Betty Kialo. I know.
Wow. Yes.
I know, yeah. And Wabosha Maxine also.
Wabosha, okay.
Yeah. Just to mention, but a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so nice. Most of your fans are looking up to more of, the content that you're going to show us. Somebody would ask now, what's the future? Since you've seen you from BBL and stuff, what should the fans expect on your platforms?
A lot of nice content, guys. A lot. Because most of you don't know me that much apart. Okay, some my TikTok people know me, but my YouTube, they are new to me.
Yeah.
I'll show you my life. I'm 24 years young. I'll show you how to hustle, how to make money. I will show you all that. I love traveling. I'll vlog for you all that.
Yes.
I'll give you deals, and I'm very raw in everything that I show. So just expect everything and anything from Miss Omut.
But then, you've said a very raw note you're showing. People are asking, guy, can you grace kama ako na mtu? Like, you're showing too much. They are saying too much. How do the audience take, the videos that you post?
The people who are watching me, the subscribers, as I've said, they are really supporting me. If it's my family, they are okay with that. Obviously, at first it was a shock, but now they are supporting me. If it's a matter of spouse or anything, I'm not married. I'm not in any relationship of that kind. But I believe if I had someone who was like my like someone was very close, by that I mean husband, because with boyfriends I don't consider them to be close. I think they would have supported me very well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's nice. As you're finishing up, kindly promote yourself. Where should your fans find you? Everything of the sort.
Okay, so you can check my YouTube at I am Miss Omut. Please, it is I am Miss Omut, not the other channel. The other channel, we locked it. Now we have a new one, I am Miss Omut. On my Instagram is Miss Omut. On my TikTok is also Miss Omut.
Wow.
Or it's Trailer012, but generally Miss Omut everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go support Miss Omut on all her social media platforms. And before I forget, would you consider doing another cosmetic surgery?
At the moment, no. But what I'll say is, since my first procedure went well and I loved everything about it, later in life, if something comes up, if I don't feel anything, like if I feel like doing anything and I have the money, I'll definitely go for it. So, yeah.
Because you're inspiring watu wengi, tunaona pale kina demo Facebook wanasema wanaweza ongeza bunda, so wako sawa.
Yeah, so can make happy if she will feel confident with it, so long as she is doing it for herself.
Sure.
Go for it. Don't do it for anyone, because you will be depressed and maybe you won't even, you're doing something that you don't want. You might regret later. Yeah.
For sure. Anything you've forgotten to say?
Nothing apart from you guys supporting me and checking my Airbnbs, booking Airbnb consultancies and all that.
Kabisa. I'll pin down her YouTube link in the comment section. Go support her businesses. Follow her on all her social media platforms. Until next time, bye bye.